Hi, Charles. I think there's going to be a few people today. I know there is the weekend for the USA, the 4th of July, so it's a long weekend, so there will not be that many people. Anyway, let's start all over. Okay, today we're going to start with the presentation of of all our solutions for the energy sectors. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Álvaro Mocholi. I'm responsible for international sales and also I'm the general manager of Recom Technologies. Just to let you know that today we're going to be recording the webinar so we can share the webinar afterwards. Okay. Okay. The first thing that I would like to do is I would like to do a brief introduction of our company. Recom Technologies was founded in 2005, and we are a company that is very specialized in developing real-time analytics. We are very specialized on thermal imaging cameras. That is our biggest area of expertise. We have over 30 different analytics developed by ourselves. We export to 64 countries. As a matter of fact, close to 75% of our sales goes overseas. And then we cover the full chain of value. So that means that we have our own R&D department, which is responsible for not just developing our solutions, but also customizing the solutions according to the demands of the projects. Okay. Also, we have our own integration department, which is responsible for integrating all our solutions with existing VMS or security platforms and access control platforms. And then we have our licenses includes the setup and fine tuning. So everything is included on the price. This is kind of like a turnkey solution. And then also we have the pre-sales department, which is the one that is responsible for confirming that all the cameras are well deployed and the system is working accordingly to the expectancies. I mean, so the solution works as expected. Okay. And then we have the after sales and the maintenance. The after sales is responsible for solving any potential problems that might show up with the analytics, but also the project maintenance. We usually have it for the critical infrastructures, so we can give a fast response to any potential problems that might show up. Okay, this is the different lines of solutions. What I'm going to do is going to go very fast over them because later on we will go more in deep about the solutions that are related to the energy sector. Okay, so we have solutions for perimeter surveillance. So we have solutions for thermal imaging cameras and also for day and night cameras. Then we have solutions for maritime surveillance. Okay. We have our own VMS, and also we have VMS with artificial intelligence, which is not developed by us, but we distribute it. We have solutions for cybersecurity. We are very oriented here into data loss prevention. That is our areas of expertise. We have facial recognition, which we have multiple solutions involved, which we will go more in deep afterwards. We have automation and safety. So we have solutions for, I don't know, like related to energy sector, transformer monitor, and then we also have fire prevention and detection solutions. And then we have the healthcare, the human temperature control. Okay. So related to the energy sector, most of the projects that we do is for substation monitoring. Okay. So here what we do is we have multiple solutions for this sector. So we have perimeter surveillance. So we have also access control for just monitoring the people that access into the substations. So we can control who comes in, how much time they spend in, and so on. On the temperature monitoring, which is the most demanding solution, here what we do is we monitoring the temperature of the bushing, surge arrestor, insulator, switchgear, circuit breaker, and batteries. So here what we're doing is we're monitoring the temperature, and whenever we see that any of these components overheats, then is when we trigger the alarm. And then also we have level controlled solutions. So here, what we do is, I mean, in most of the cases, the substations, in most of the companies, what they do, they have like a kind of like a maintenance crew that periodically visits each one of the substations, and manually they take measurements of all the components, the critical components. So what we have found out is that on several projects that we have done, this is not cost effective, because I mean, every month you have to send a crew of members. You cannot control the traveling expenses. Also, you cannot control the amount of time that they spend in each one of the substations. So what our customers have demand from us is to deploy kind of a system that we can monitor 24 hours, 7 days a week, all the critical components on that substation. So that brings a key advantage, because you save a lot of traveling expenses, and then also you can monitor in real time. So it's not just a monitoring each one of the components. What we also do is compare similar components with each other, so we can see which one is overheating, and then identify it, so we can be proactive. We can prevent from a major failure. Okay. And this is the way, I mean, once we have the system deployed in each one of the substations, all of them report into a control center, so we can monitor all of them from one control center. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna divide the webinar today in two lines. First of all, we're gonna go with the security solutions, and then after that, we're gonna go for the safety and like automation and safety, okay? So going on the security, the first thing that we would like to introduce you is our VMS, okay? This is a platform that has been certified by the ISO 27001, and also was the Red Dot winner on 2021 for the Smarter product, okay? This is a VMS. I mean, as you know, most of the VMSs that are in the market, what they do is they record 24 hours, 7 days a week. And then what they do is also they record all the events of all the analytics that are connected to that VMS, okay? What we do is we go one step beyond. So that means that besides recording 24 hours, 7 days a week, and also recording all the events that the analytics are generating, what we also do is we bring artificial intelligence into it. So that means that at the same time or simultaneously as you're recording, what you're doing is you're classifying the objects. For instance, imagine that you are recording one person. The first thing that you're gonna record is the face. So you can have some face recognition. Secondly, you can record the gender, if it's a male or if it's a female. Thirdly, you can record the type of clothing, if he's wearing shorts, skirt, long jeans, if he's wearing a t-shirt or a long sleeves shirt, and then also the colors. This is done automatically. So I mean, as the system is recording, it's identifying all the objects and then automatically is classifying. It can also be done with vehicles. So you can record the license plate number, the type of vehicle, the brand of the vehicle, and the color of the vehicle. So the key advantage of this is that whenever you want to do some forensic search, or whenever you want to do a specific search for a specific person or for a specific vehicle, this is already classified, so it's much faster, it's much more efficient on the search area, okay? Besides the smart search, okay, also this system can also be integrated with access control devices, also can do people counting, can do people tracking within the premises, always as long as that person is within the field of view of the camera. And also you can have heat maps, okay? So how this system works, this is the architecture. We have two ways. I mean, you can use our own cameras. The key benefit of our using of our own cameras is that the analytics and also the recording is embedded into the camera. Okay, so you just need to connect these cameras to a switch or to a internet router, and then automatically you will be able to access through on real time to the cameras and also to recording through any device that is connected to the internet. In case that the cameras are already deployed, we can also use third-party cameras. So in this case, we can use a server as a cloud connector. In this server, what we'll do is we will have the analytics and also the recording will be embedded into the server. And in order to access to that server, any device that is connected to the same network as the server or connected to the internet will be able to access on real time to the recordings and also to the real-time viewing of the cameras. The good thing about this, going back to our own cameras, is that the recording you can have 30, 60, 90, and 120 days. And then also, whenever you buy our own cameras, you have 30-day free of charge recording on the cloud. So which is that is the minimum requirement for most of the security systems. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a video on how the Smart Search tools works.
Welcome to AVA Aware. Today we're going to cover search. Search is a tool that allows us to search for specific events that may have occurred across one or multiple cameras. This allows us to search for things like the appearance of a person or a vehicle, a line cross event where a vehicle or a person has crossed a specific virtual line that we've drawn, loitering events where a person or a vehicle may have been stationary for too long in one place, indicating something like an idling vehicle that may be outside of a loading dock or outside of an airport, or a person that may just be acting suspiciously in an area that they should not be. We can also alert on sound detection, and this leverages the onboard sound detection in our AVA Aware cameras that can detect things like glass breaks, loud noises, smoke alarms, and many more audio models that are being added with each release. So, for example, if we were to create a line cross search, what we can do is we can choose what kind of objects we want to search for. We can stick with any or go down to a specific person. This person can be specified based on gender or based on the attire that they're wearing in the top or the lower quadrant of their body, and you can combine both colors as well, looking for people in uniforms or based on a description that was given by a third party. We can also leverage an image. If someone has captured a cell phone image of this person or vehicle, we can upload that in order to do a search based on these detections. Then we can choose where we want to do this detection. So this detection can take place, for example, on a camera in a parking lot. It could also happen inside of a building. So if we were looking for people that may have been in front of a register, we can choose one or multiple cameras and then choose the line that we want these objects to be crossing in order to qualify for the detection. We can choose the direction of travel of this object. And in the case of something like a convenience store, if we're just looking for anyone that is walking out, as this person just did in this example, we can unclick the entering direction so that we're only looking for the direction of travel out the door. And then we can choose the time period that we're searching for. This can be anywhere from specific minutes down to a block of time that may be days or hours. And in our case, when we're just looking for the last 30 minutes worth of search, we're presented with all of the events that correspond to our search criteria. So in our case, we're looking for people that are exiting And if I highlight over that video, we're going to see the people that are exiting. I can click into this video to see it in greater detail. This will allow me to see not only the event that occurred, but the object within our floor plan as that user exits this building. I can then click to act on that activity. But we can also see in our parking lot as a person was crossing that virtual line that we created. So this allows us to very quickly get to the events that matter to us and then act on them. These different video clips that we have captured here can then be exported. So we can take the relevant information by clicking the plus, and we can choose to share or save. So we can export this as an MP4. We can share this as a publicly accessible link. We can bookmark it so that these video clips do not get deleted by typical retention. And of course, we can also do similarity searches if we want to look for people that are similar to the objects that have been detected in these environments. Now, you're also presented with the ability to create a rule. We have a whole nother section dedicated to creating rules based off of searches as well as other parameters. I implore you to check that out.
Okay, now we're gonna move to the next solution, which is the face recognition. Okay, here what we can do is we can offer a solution that is very accurate. We can guarantee 99.87% of accuracy on faces without mask. And then also we can guarantee 99.6% of accuracy with faces with face mask. Okay, this solution follows all the privacy rules. So it is AES 256 in REST, and then also follows the HTTPS regulation. Okay, it's very fast moving. Here later on, what I will do is I will show you a graphic. It is compatible with all the operating system, Windows, Mac OS, Linux, Android, and iOS. And then also is one of the lowest cost that it means from the hardware point of view. That means that we can save up to 20% on the hardware compared to competing solutions. And then it is you can work on premise, cloud, on hybrid. Okay, so this is one of the positive things or one of the key advantages that our solution brings. This has been certified by the NIST, which is the National Institute of Standards and Technology, which is a US institute that what it does is monitors or test all the different face recognition solutions. In this case, the test was issued among 340 different algorithms. And then as you can see here on the top corner, we were the solution which was faster on detecting, and also was the solution which was that the lowest requirements needed, okay? And also the minimum, in order to pass the test, the accuracy and the minimum margin of error was 0.0285, okay? And then we were able to achieve 0.8827, okay? So this is how accurate the solution works. And also was one of the, it is the fastest solution in the market. So here what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you the scan. The scan is, this solution is a plug and play solution, is a device that includes the face recognition and is used for access control. One of the benefits that it has is that it's compatible with OSDP and also with the WGAN. So it's compatible with all the access control platforms, and also can do tailgating detection. And then I can also do anti-spoofing because the camera that we're using here is a 3D camera. So it will be able to identify between a real face and a fake face. One also, the key benefits of it is that it can work indoors and outdoors, can support up to a database of 20,000 users. Okay. And then pretty much, I mean, this there will be the key advantages that we can offer on this. Also has audio, and then here, as you can see, it supports dual and single-factor authentication. So you can also, in case that you're using a QR code, you will be able to recognize it. Okay. So from the face recognition, what can we offer? From the monitoring point of view, what we can do is we can have mass detection, social distancing, audience management, congestion prediction. So in a way that whenever we see that there is one access control that is a little bit too busy or there's too many people on it, so you can open up a new access controlled gate. Also, you have the blacklist or suspect detection, counting people, activity monitoring, directional analysis, so you can see how many people come in, how many people come out. It's a contactless solution, and then also you can have the multi-factor authentication. So here, for example, in these facilities, in some case, you might have like a helmet, protection glasses, and also you can have a face mask. So it's very difficult to identify that person. So we will also be able to identify the person by the QR code. From the facial recognition, we can have access control, VIP recognition, blacklist, and then also for the subscription and activation of new customers or suppliers or visits, and then also can do liveness and anti-spoofing notification. Okay, so if someone is trying to supplant the identity of one person with a picture or with an image on a smartphone or on a tablet, the system will be able to identify between a real face and a fake face. Okay, and then from the analytics point of view, we can do a demographic analysis, so we can classify the people by gender, by age. We can also do heat maps, queuing time, dwell time, how much time the people spend inside the premise between they come in and they come out. And then occupation panel, which is an occupation. This is a kind of like a dashboard, which can bring us all the information in real time, so you can see how many people come in, and then the demographic analysis. Okay. So here I'm going to show you a video on how the solution, the scan works.
Introducing SaferScan, the first full-featured intelligent biometric access control edge solution priced for broad-based applications. SaferScan is fast and touchless to expedite safe pedestrian traffic. And SaferScan works as well in outdoor locations as it does inside, even in challenging lighting conditions. SaferScan's advanced algorithms and 3D liveness ensure accurate identification and authorized access, while unknown individuals will be rejected, and real-time alerts are automatically issued if tailgating is detected. Management reports capture every entry for audit and compliance reviews. A self-contained PoE solution, SaferScan is also fast and easy to install. Plus, SaferScan works with leading access control platforms. High-performance biometric access control made affordable. Only with SaferScan.
Okay, the next solution that we're gonna show you is the perimeter lookout, which is a solution for perimeter surveillance. It has artificial intelligence, so that means that we can auto-classify persons and vehicles, and also we can discriminate animals, vegetation, light changes, shadows, raindrops on the lens, insects on the lens, and so on. So the key thing is that you can have multiple detection rules like intrusion, light crossing, prowling, and abandoned object. It is compatible with most of the IP, with all the IP cameras available on the market, and right now it's integrated with Milestone and Genetec. Okay, so here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you a video. So you can see, I mean, on the you can see that there is the bounding box, and also you can see the percentage of accuracy. Okay, for example, on the center image, you can see that there is even if it's a shaking camera, I mean, there is no false alarms at all. And then also on the upper left corner, you can see that is very barely any contrast, and then you can still detect the person. Okay. Okay, the next solution that we're gonna show you is the CoastGuard, which is a marine surveillance solution. This solution, what it does is detects small and floating objects. So usually we use this solution whenever there is a radar, as you know, there is a kind of like a shadow area or a blind area that the radar doesn't cover. So what we do is we try to do the surveillance on that area where the radar doesn't reach, okay, or is too close to analyze it, okay. So we have like a very large detection. So the minimum target size will be 2 pixels. So we will be able to detect kind of like a boat of about 20 feet or 15 feet and like a distance of 1 mile, 1.5 miles. It has a very low false alarms between 2 and 5% false alarms. Has multiple detection rules, so you can have like a line crossing or the abandoned object or floating object and so on. And then does not generate false alarms by the waves or the reflections of the sun over the sea. And also what we can do is we can position the alarms on the GPS and GPS coordinates. So we will be able to position and track it always as long as it's in the field of view of the camera. And this solution is compatible with all the main VMSs in the market, like Milestone, Genetec, Gotebrook, Belco, Avigilon, Chameleon, Cathesics, Axis Camera Station, EDIS, Cathesics, and so on. And now we're gonna move to the safety solutions. So the first solution that we're gonna work on, which is one of the most demanded solution, is the transformer monitor. So here what we do is basically what we're doing is we are monitoring all the electrical components on a substation. Okay, so the key advantage of this solution is not just detecting whenever any of the components reaches a high temperature. The key advantage of this is that what we do is, besides recording that temperature, what we're doing is we're comparing similar components with each other on the same on the same facility, so we can know which one of them is overheating versus the other ones. So whenever we see that there is any of the components overheating, automatically we can predict that it's coming kind of like a failure, so we can anticipate to the big problems. Okay. This is a real-time analysis, so we can report, we can figure out the temperature in real time. It's available for fixed and PTC cameras. So you can have a simultaneous radiation and distance configuration. This is very important because sometimes, I mean, as you know, the temperature dissipates with the space. So that means that whenever you are monitoring one object, it's not the same to monitor it at 5 meters away from the camera than 20 meters away from the camera, because the farther the object is from the camera, the less energy the camera will be able to retrieve. So what we do is we have kind of like a correlation rule that based on the distance of the object, so we can correct the temperature and we can figure out the exact temperature of that object, also based on the atmospheric conditions. Okay, and then also you can have analysis offline. So that means that whenever we are recording the images, we are recording with all the metadata. So that means that afterwards you can move the mouse over the image and you can position the mouse over each one of the components, and then you can identify exactly the temperature of each one of the pixels on the image. Okay, so you can also do offline analysis. Another one of the solutions that we have is the temp threshold, which is a fire prevention solution. So here, basically what we do is we monitor all the objects that are on the field of view of the camera. And then whenever any of the objects reaches the temperature threshold that we have set up the system for, that is when we trigger the alarm. But also what we do is we don't trigger the alarm, we detect it, and then what we do is we analyze the behavior. So it's kind of like a dual factor verification. First of all, we reach the temperature, so we detect it, and then what we do is we analyze the behavior. So what do I mean by behavior? For example, imagine that there is machinery moving around the field of view of the camera. Okay, for example, imagine there is a forklift machinery. So the exhausting tube, it might be always be at the same temperature threshold as a fire detection setup. Okay. So the key advantage is that whenever that whenever you detect a fire, what it happens is that the intensity at the temperature rises very fast, and also the size of the object increases very fast. Meanwhile, whenever you, for example, on a forklift, the temperature stays steady and is moving around the field of view of the camera. Okay, so that is what I mean by behavior. So what we do is we do a dual factor authentication. So first of all, we detect the temperature, and secondly, we analyze the behavior. If both of these analysis criteria matches with whatever we have configured, then is when we trigger the alarm. So this is a very accurate solution that works for fire prevention and detection. And then also we have the protective equipment, emergency equipment monitoring. So here what we do is we monitor that all the employees are wearing the safety equipment, such as helmets, glasses, protective glasses, gloves, protective boots, reflection vest, and so on. So we have two options. We can either use this device, which is an access control device. So besides monitoring that all the employees are wearing the right equipment before they enter into the facility, also can grant access control. But in case that you want to monitor the people meanwhile or on the work field, we have these three devices. So we have the starter kit, which will work with just one camera, the edge kit, which will go work up to 3 cameras, and then we have the server kit, which can work up to 30 cameras. Okay, now I would like to share some of the success cases that we have. So we have deployed our systems on the defense and law enforcement. With the FBI, we have deployed the VMS and also the cybersecurity system. With the NATO, we have the access control. With the Rota military base, which is a military base on south of Spain, which is a US and a Spanish military base. So here, what we do all the perimeter surveillance on the base, on the airport, and also on the Navy base. Okay, and also we do the surveillance of all the Navy bases from the Spanish Navy. On the oil and gas, we have standardized our solution with Saudi Aramco for the security solutions, and then also with Cepsa, which is the second largest oil company here in Spain. And then also with Repsol, we do some automation and safety solutions, and within gas, we also do perimeter. As for renewable, we work with the top brands such as Excelio, Iberdrola, SunPower, Enel, Greenergy, we work with all the top brands. On the critical infrastructures, we have done projects where, for example, Madrid International Airport, we do all the perimeter surveillance. With Valencia Port, which is the largest port on the Mediterranean by container traffic, what we do is we do all the surveillance on all the anchor area. Trillo nuclear plant, Al Wahba Palace, which is the Emir of Qatar Palace, so we do all the perimeter surveillance. With telecommunications, we have worked with AT&T, Etisalat, Hitachi, Telefonica, which is a Spanish company, Facebook. So we have also done projects with them. And then as for distribution, we work with all the main distributors such as Anixter, ADI, and then Ingram Micro, Tech Data, ScanSource, or right now Incomex has been acquired by Incomex. So this is also we work with them. And then as for installers, we work with all the main brands. So this will be pretty much all the different solutions that we can offer for the energy sector. Now, in case that you have any questions, you can open up your microphone, or you can ask me any questions through the chat. Here you have my contact details, you have my telephone number, and also you have my email address. And then in case that you want to have a demo license of any of the solutions that we propose, you can either access our website and then and then request a demo. The demos are free of charge. Okay, Charles, I mean, you just need to access to this to our website and request a demo on any of the solutions. I mean, if you access to our website, there is a demo page. So here you just need to enter your details, and then you just need to select whatever solution you want to test, and then automatically we will try to organize a demo for on the following week or on the upcoming days. You have requested a demo for what solution? You can open up the microphone because Alexis is our marketing manager, so we are just you and I. So you can open the microphone if you like.
Yes, sir. This is Charles Messenger. I think we requested a demo a little while ago, maybe a few weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, in reference to physical security solutions such as cameras and actual VMS solution as well. That's what we're looking for. So my boss, my director of global security, is wanting to. He's very in this your company and what you guys are bringing to the table. So we just wanted to kind of do a demo, a personal demo for myself and 2 other colleagues.
But you request a demo and then we didn't do it?
No, I haven't gotten any response back as of yet.
Okay, well, let me check out on our CRM. And then what we can do is okay, well, let me just search for it.
I could possibly request another demo there. It's no problem.
You requested by email or you requested through the website?
Through the website.
Well, we didn't have, I don't have any records here. But anyway, let's, I mean, here I have, you work for James Hardy. So let's do something. I mean, here you have my contact. Can you share your email address with me through the chat? And then what I will do is I will give you my availability for next week. And then you just tell me, I mean, you wanted to test the VMS solution, correct?
The VMS solutions and your camera analytics as well.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, okay. What I'll do is I'll send you my availability for next week. And then what we'll do is we'll try to organize a demo for any of the solutions that you wanted to test. Okay. We can either do 2 ways. I mean, the fast way to do it is do it through our video library. But in case that you want to do a proof of concept of any of our solutions on a real scenario, what we will do is we will need to organize it with a little bit more of time. Okay, but we can also do that. Okay, so it's 2 ways that we can do it. First of all, what I recommend you is to just do kind of like a demonstration to you how the system works. And then if that is convincing for you, what we can do is we can move to a proof of concept. So we can give you a demo license and then you can test it on a real scenario and then you can play around with it.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll write down an email for you right away with my availability, for next week. And then we try to coordinate agendas for next week.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that this was a bad week for the US because I mean you have the 4th of July weekend, so most of the people are on long weekend or vacation this week. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Anyway, okay. What I'll do is I'll send you. I'll write you down right away, and then we'll try to coordinate. Okay.
No problem.
Okay. Well, if you don't have any questions, I mean, we close the webinar here, and then we carry on from there. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, and let's keep in touch. Thank you.